He was great. Maybe one of his best yet. Just from the first pitch and his last one, he turned it up a notch. He was just very consistent with everything he had great movement, had great poise. Today was a very tough test for him all the way around, and he answered.
Mike, over the years we talked a lot about pitchers kind of handling emotion, whether it was Lance Lynn or some of these other guys. Can he draw power from that? Did you see any evidence of him maybe drawing some sort of motivation from that or even control from that today?
Yeah, I think today would be one of those benchmark days that you mark to say this is how I should go about it. I mean, it was, we don't want to take, when he comes off and he's excited and pounding his chest, that kind of stuff's good. We don't want to take that emotion away. We don't want to see the peaks and valleys in the middle of the game where he's hanging his head and then he's, bouncing off the ceiling. I mean, there's a consistency that seems to directly relate with the consistency of stuff. And today he had that. Even after he struck out, we've seen him kind of lose it a little bit. He was just very, he was very at task today. And it was obvious that he had a very clear plan in his head of how he wanted to go about it, and then he executed.
Do you think he was moved by the tribute to Oscar?
I don't know how he couldn't. Everybody in that clubhouse certainly was, and I saw a lot of tears in the stands too. So I think it was a great tribute from the organization. For the family, and I know the family was very grateful. But that hit, it was silence as we walked into the clubhouse after that. It hit everybody. But these guys have done a nice job of being able to allow themselves to still grieve but then get out and do their job. And you look at the guys who are probably the two closest to Oscar, the two guys that were really shining today, with Johnny knocking in all of our runs, and then Carlos really taking control of the game on the hill. It's pretty impressive for a young player. I told you early on I had some concerns because there's oftentimes with Carlos he tries to do more, and that turns into kind of it might hit 100 and whatever, but it's going to be all over the place. He really stayed short and trusted his stuff today. Today was a real good day for him.
Was the sixth inning indicative of that, the at-bat against Gonzalez and then Kendrick, kind of not trying to overthrow it?
Yeah, I think he got himself into a situation where he knew he had something a little bit extra without trying to do it with his whole body and rush it up there. He just had a real nice tempo. You could watch his legs, his stride, his follow-through, and it was just repeatable. And, I think he got into the big situation and realized he needed to make a better pitch, not necessarily a harder pitch. And that's what's going to get him out of those big spots.
Like the fact you left him in to handle that, does that say a lot about where he's come even in like a month here or last 2 weeks?
That's a valid statement, yeah. I mean, we might have been scrambling a little there to get some help. But just kind of watching what he looked like getting through that inning. And, when his stuff's right, which, once again, today he probably had more sink than he's had in a long time. Probably one of the best changeups we've seen from him maybe ever. And mixed in some breaking balls that were very hard to hit as well. So it was just all around as good of an effort as we could see from Carlos.
Mike, how much did Yadi have to do with keeping him focused and in a good rhythm?
Yeah, every day. It doesn't matter if it's Carlos or whoever it is. Yadi does a terrific job of always keeping a very constant feel for the guys from what he's doing behind the plate and making sure that things aren't snowballing out of control. And he did a great job.
What's the importance of having a guy like Peralta who you could kind of fit in the middle of the order where you've had holes lately?
Yeah, you don't have many guys that can handle that 3-spot, 4-spot, wherever it is, and not look any different at all. Johnny just takes a professional at bat and always has the opportunity and the ability to hurt you, and got us going a little bit and gave Carlos some breathing room. You can never, I think, overstate how much that means when you get into a game like this and give him a little bit of room to breathe. I think did Carlos wonders today.
Any thoughts on the base running today?
Yeah, not good, and had a couple mental lapses, and those are not something that we have an excuse for. we can't keep doing those. When we make those kind of mental errors against good teams, typically that comes back and bites us, and we basically gave away almost a full inning worth right there. But Jason Hayward's done a great job. He's been one of the toughest guys to throw out in the game. We're going to continue to let him be aggressive. A good move got him, but we also had some lapses.
Did Randall forget how many outs there were? Was that?
We had some mental mistakes today.
Was that and then on the pick, is that a read on the pitcher? Was Anderson better move than you expected, or just different?
We had some mental mistakes today. Now we all make them. It comes from the staff too. But when we do that, it's going to hurt us. So we all have to clean it up.
It seems like there's a pretty distinct line between Carpenter trying to score on that ball. That fits the aggressiveness that you're talking about.
Yeah, we got to try that.
And some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to just, run to run. I mean, we got to have a plan. We got to follow along with what we're doing from the bench, and there's times to be aggressive. There's times you got to trust what the overall game plan is.